Major, there's a girl here.
Do you mean alive?
My name is Mary Lennox. Where has everyone gone? Where's my Aya?
We searched the Senate's bungalow as well, sir. It's just one black snake in this girl.
But why has no one come for me?
I'm afraid there's no one left, miss.
Bloody miracle she escaped the cholera. Though God knows how. She was drinking the same water they was.
But where are my mother and father?
I'm so sorry, miss.
Or shall I take the girl, sir? I'll order her to burn anything that might be contaminated.
To the governor's house now. I believe there's an uncle somewhere.
Yes, sir. You'll have to leave that picture here, miss.
No, I won't. I'm taking it with me.
It's your pretty mother, is it?
No, it isn't.
Yes, well, come along then.
Go up to play, won't your father say, here's a rose for you. There's a girl who no one sees, there's a girl who's left alone. There's a heart that beats in silence for the life she's never known, for the life she's never known.
Mary might have learned some of her mother's pretty ways.
What a nightmare it must have been for the girl. To go to bed in the middle of a party and wake up the next morning and all dead.
Good evening, Major. I'm Dr. Craven's housekeeper. Is this the girl?
Yes, ma'am. And here's her papers and death certificates and all. Her father was a captain in my regiment. And a fine man he was too. We're all very sorry.
Thank you, Major.
And a pleasant journey to you too, madam.
Well now, I suppose you'd like to know something about where you're going.
Would I?
Don't you care about your new home?
It doesn't matter whether I care or not.
In all my years, I've never seen a child stand so still, so cold.
The big old house is something wrong inside. Spirits haunt the halls and make no effort now to hide it. What will put their souls to rest and stop their ceaseless sighing? Why do they call out children's names and speak of one who's crying?
Well, you're right not to care. But you're being brought to Mrs. Waite, I'll never know. Your uncle isn't going to trouble himself about you, that's sure and certain. He never troubles himself about anyone.
Master hears the whispers on the stairways dark and still, and the spirits speak of secrets in a house on the hill.
Let's travel, see. It's a sour young man he was. He got no good of all his money and big place till he was married.
To my mother's sister.
Her name was Lily. She's a sweet, pretty thing. And he'd have walked the world over to get her a blade of grass that she wanted. Nobody thought she'd marry him. Marry him she did. It wasn't for his money either. Then, when she died,
How did she die?
it made him worse than ever. He travels most of the time now. His brother, Dr. Craven, is all the decisions these days.
High over the hills, it's a big old house with something wrong inside it. Someone died and someone's left alone and can't abide it. There in a house, it's a lonely man still haunted by her beauty, asking what abandon me were not repaid for duty.
Is it always so ugly here?
It's the moor. Miles and miles of wild land. Nothing grows on heather and gorse and broom. Nothing lives on but wild ponies and sheep.
But what is that awful howling sound?
That's the wind blowing through the bushes. It called woothering to that sound. But look there, that tiny light far across there. That would be the gate it will.
The master gives the whispers of the stairways dark and still, and the spirits speak the secrets in the house among the
For God's sake, Archie, the girl's parents are dead. She's traveled 6,000 miles to get here. You are her legal guardian. The least you can do is be here when she arrives.
I can't, Neville.
I wouldn't know what to say. I'll be upstairs.
Charlie Lennox, this is Dr. Craven, your uncle's brother.
How do you do?
You're to take her to a room. He doesn't want to see her.
Very good, Doctor.
Let it be a dream. Surely it must seem like a frightful dream. No one will she know.
Well, here you are. This room and the next are where you'll live. But you mustn't expect that there will be people to talk to you. You must play about and look after yourself. When you're in the house, don't go wander the halls. Your uncle won't have it.
Won't have it.
Alfred, please.
Rose, I really must send you and Mary away until we get this cholera under control.
And what shall I do? Wander down the hills along their path while she stares at me the whole time?
She's not staring. Mary just wants to look at you. Just like all the rest of us.
Good night, son.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a girl who no one sees. There's a girl who's left alone. There's a heart that beats in silence for the life she's never known.
I heard someone crying. No, I can't
Mother asked me, Lassie, tell me what your lad can do before he gives his heart away and makes a nest and all the rest. I told me, darling mother, there's something he will do, but as they first how he will look, his eyes they mun be too.
Are you my servant?
Well then, Mary Lennox, me name is Martha, and now thou shalt I'll make the bed.
Aren't you going to dress me first?
Cannot thou dress thyself then?
In India, my ayah dressed me.
Well then, it'll do thee good to wait on thyself a bit. 'Tis fair wonder grandfolks' children don't turn out fair fools, being took out to walk and wash like they was puppies.
What is this language you speak?
Well, of course you haven't heard any Yorkshire living in India, have you? Mrs. Medlock said I'd have to be careful or you wouldn't understand what I was saying, but I didn't know what to expect from you either. When I heard you was coming from Bombay, I thought you'd be a solid brown, I did, but you're not brown at all, more yellow, I'd say. Hey now, lassie, I didn't know you'd be so easy vexed. I'll help you on with your clothes this time if you like. You just pretend you're back from India and I'm your servant, and you just give me that little yellow foot.
I'm quite all right, thank you.
Look there, out the window. It's the oranges. It's like a dull purple sea this morning. Do you like it?
I hate it.
Well, you wait till spring then, for the moor is fair covered in gorse and heather, and there's such a lot of fresh air. My brother Dickon goes off and plays on the moor for hours. He's got a pony that's made friends with him. Birds and sheep and such as he's right out of his act.
Those are not my clothes.
I miss your uncle.
These are much nicer than mine.
Well then, you get these new clothes on then and wrap up nice and warm and go out and play. That'll give you something for your forage.
Mrs. Medlock told me there's nothing out there but a big old park.
Well, maybe you'll run into our Dickon out there. Maybe he'll give you a ride on his pony. Maybe he'll...
I don't know anything about boys.
If I had a fine white horse, I'd take you for a ride today. But since I have no fine white horse inside, I'll have to stay and empty all the chamber pots and scrub the floors and such. But what's there to do on a fine white horse? It seems to me not much. If I had a wooden boat, I'd take you for a sail today. But since I have no wooden boat inside, I'll have to stay and catch and kill the mice and pluck the chickens for the cook. But what's there to do on a wooden boat but sit up straight and look and worry our boat would start to drift and float us out to sea and land us on an isle of gold. Oh dearie me. If I were a chambermaid, I'd take you out to play today. They say out there's a maze where once you enter, there you stay. For certain we'd get lost and they'd come looking for our bones and find us sometime late next week and bring us tea and scones. But what if there's a planet of trolls that camp beneath the tree? Or what if there's a pirate king? Oh dearie me, if I wasn't so afraid, I'd take you out the door today. But talking birds and tales of fairies keeps me scared away. And yes, I promise not to tell what else is there, although if in the maze you chance to see a garden guarded by a tree and meet a bird who speaks to thee, then come and tell my fine white horse and me. Well, there's Miss Medlock's bell, and I've got all this to clean up first. Can you find a way out yourself? It's downstairs past the ballroom.
I'll find it.
Oh, Mary Lennox. I thought we might like to have a skipping rope to play with. Mary Lennox. I forgot the rope.
said you will keep me where you would leave me. There I would, there I would, there I would, there I would go.
Going to my valley, and there
I only knew who was there, who gave me a garden, grew to love me.
Are you my Uncle Archibald?
Who's that?
It's Mary Lennox, sir. Are you my Uncle Archibald?
Yes, I am. Good morning, child.
Are you going to be my father now?
I am your guardian. Though I am a poor one for any child, I offer you...
Is this my Aunt Lily in this picture?
Yes, it is. Where did you get this?
It was on my dresser in India. Maybe Mother put it there? I don't know.
Your mother and my Lily. Please excuse me. Who dressed you, child?
Martha tried to, sir.
Yes, I see.
Lily, you've been dancing with that Louis Archibald all evening.
He's just shy, Rose. I think Archie has the tenderest heart I've ever known.
Silly Lily. Have you been so busy looking into his eyes that you missed the hump on his back?
I do hope you'll enjoy the gardens.
But I want to know what happens to dead people.
Yes. Well, it's quite natural that you should wonder that. When we bury them, we put the things away. We remember the things they said. We can talk to them sometimes. In our minds, of course.
Can they hear us?
And then one morning, when we think we're over them at last, we find ourselves in a ballroom knowing full well we've been here all night, and we draw the painful conclusion that we've been dancing with them again.
I don't understand.
Nor will you ever. They're not gone, you see. Just dead.
Is my Aunt Lily a ghost now?
Why? Have you heard her?
I heard someone crying in the house last night, but I don't know anything about ghosts. Is my father a ghost now? Does everyone who dies become a ghost?
They're only a ghost if someone who's alive is still holding on to them.
Maybe what I heard was Mother telling me to be nice so you'll keep me.
This house is haunted, child, day and night. But it is yours to live in as long as I am master here. I offer you my deepest sympathies on your arrival.
Did my mother have any other family? Skip, skip the ladies to the master's stage. Skip, skip the ladies for the masquerade. Dip to the chambermaid and stir the bells. Skip, skip the gardener even off the curls.
The business garden is a maze of ways that he met to spend his day. It's a business garden, it's a maze of paths where a soul can find the way.
For an old man knows how my ear it goes, how the cold hard ground in the spring comes round, how the seeds take fall like the clouds unfold, how an English garden grows.
Sips to the ladies to the master's gate. Sips to the ladies on the masquerade. Dip to the chambermaid's fly away, fly along, come along, fly away, oh.
It's a business garden, it's a maze to meet a man astray.
Take a left and then turn a left again, how a soul can find the way. For an old man knows how a year it goes, how the cold hard ground in the spring comes back, how we time it shows, how a garden grows, how an English garden grows.
Sips to the ladies on the masquerade. Dip to the chambermaid and stir their pearls. Snip, snip the gardener and cut off their curls. Good morning, Ben.
Back again today, are you? What have you been doing up there?
Just wandering around. I have nobody to play with and nothing to do.
Dickens here. Why don't you go talk to him? I saw myself not 5 minutes ago, hunting with that stick of his.
I haven't met Dickon yet. I'm not even sure he exists. I think that you and Martha just made him up.
Well then, I'll give you a spade if you want to dig a little hole somewhere.
A little hole for what?
You and me are a good bit alike. We're neither of us good looking, and we're both as sour as we look.
I saw that robin again today.
Well, of course you did. It never was his fight for being meddlesome. He's the real head gardener around here. Chirping at me to come see some bush needs, prune it.
I know where he lives too. It's that walled garden with a tall hedge all around it, and no door, and that funny tree growing out over the top of the wall. I think that tree is the same one my Aunt Lily is sitting in this picture. Am I right?
That's the one, Missy. That it is. That was Miss Lily's garden.
Her garden? But I want to see it. Can you show me the door?
No, I can't. When she died, your Uncle Archibald locked the door, so nobody was ever to go in that garden again, and buried the key. Now the ivy's grown up over the door, such that I don't even know where it is now.
But aren't you worried that the garden is all dead with nobody taking care of it?
Of course I am. But if I so much set foot in there...
Maybe the real reason the robin is chirping at you is he wants you to climb over the garden wall and work on it.
Maybe he does. But I can't go losing my job on the advice of a bird, now can I? And the same goes to you.
My Uncle Archibald said...
Your Uncle Archibald is gone most of the time, Missy. And who's to say what might happen if you weren't here to stop it?
Do you believe in spirits?
Old place like this, it's more than there are of us.
I heard that crying in the house again last night.
Well, it could be a spirit you heard. They're like a paw sealing in a long hallway to swoop around it.
In India once, I saw a spirit pull a big dead snake right up out of the grass and make him dance.
I'm sure you think you've seen just about everything, Missy, except the inside of that garden. And you keep it that way. You hear me?
Good day, then.
The fine spring morn, coming clean through the night on the May I say. Winter's taken light through the dark cold air. I can see spring's born on the day I say. You'll be here to see it. Stand and breathe it all the day. Stop and feel it. Stop and hear it spring, I say. And now the sun is climbing high, rising fast on fire, living down golden grey, I say. The sun smells the doom of the winter's rain, ice and chill must retire from the May, I say. We'll be here to see it. Breathe it all the day. Stop and feel it. Stop and hear it spring, I say, be gone, ye howling gale, be off ye from Stenmore. All ye solid streams begin to fall. Waterfalls, part ye frozen winter walls. See now it's starting. And now the business living high, even bright aware, rolling clear across the morgue on the grey, I say. The storm will soon be by, in clear blue sky, so the sun will shine from the day, say I, that you'll be here to see it. Stand and breathe it all the day. Stop and feel it, stop and hear it spring, I say.
What are you doing here?
I did fright thee. I'm sorry.
But why haven't I seen you before?
A body has to move low and speak gentle when wild things is about.
You mean you're here all the time?
Well, if something is sick, I take a look at it, sure I do, and find the ponies that wander off and the eggs that roll out of the nests. But look here, your mother sent you a penny worth of seeds for your garden. This columbine poppy's got a handful.
I don't have a garden.
But don't you want one? Whenever you know what I mean. Come look at your seeds, why don't you? Well, if you don't want them, I'll just...
I want to go in that garden, where Robin lives.
Why don't you see him?
Seen him? He's done nothing but chirp at me ever since I got here.
Well, you have to understand. He's making his nest. We can't afford to have you interfering if you're not friendly.
How do you know that?
Because we was just talking about you. How do you think?
He was talking to, or just you?
What he thinks is that you're looking for a nest yourself. Only to him, it looks like your nest would have to be big.
Have you ever been in there?
It's not mine to go into, Mary. It might be yours, I can't say. But he's been keeping it safe for somebody, that much I know.
He has?
Same as the ivy going up to hide the door. And maybe the Robin is just waiting to hear why you want to go in there exactly. Being as he's got the safest nesting spot in all of England. He's wise to be wary.
Can you tell him I'm friendly?
Well, I could, but what if you wanted to tell him something and I wasn't here? It'd be much easier if you wanted to talk to him yourself.
But what could I say that he would understand?
Well, I wouldn't mention you were an egg eater, if you know what I mean. But are you interested in flying, perhaps? Or bugs?
I'm afraid not.
Well then, just tell him about yourself and I'll translate the Yorkshire for you till you get the weight of it.
I'm a girl.
She is a lass, as took a greatly fancy to thee. Dost thou fear?
Thou will not fear.
She took thee on to the light to vex thee. Now to the sword.
Now to the sword.
She knows fair well she mauna fright thee.
Can other show me?
Fair better to know her.
Show me the key.
Show her the key. She's a lass, and thou art right, as needs a spot where she can rest in.
I would sit where all not be so thinking thoughts, or feel a destined.
Now to the sword.
Now to the sword.
She fair be watching for the spring.
I'll not be climbing, I'll follow me, be calling good morning, and fellow I'll sing.
Well done, Mary.
Lily, what are you looking for?
Just wait till you see it. It's the most beautiful gardening ever, and only Archie knows about it. Except the doors are covered over with ivy that I could never find it. Maybe it's this way.
I'll only walk around as like to see it for myself. If that lovely visit, I'll speak glory to myself. Though not be bothered night and day by wenches racing round by the seamless silent stream. Standing on the secret ground, I'd smell the growing things, count the roses against the wall. Hear thy babes from fist they peck, stretch my hands if they should fall. For if thou likes I'll bring thee seeds, or worms are in a bed. For if thou have me for a friend, thou'll be the first I found. I'm a lass,
A trusted lass.
I took a greatly fancy to the Canada. Show me,
Well, dost thou know her?
show me the key.
Show her the key. Well, I'm off then.
But where are you going?
I can't say, but you'll see you tomorrow sure enough. Even if you need me before then, well, now that you and the Robin is talking, you always know where I am.
But can't you help me look for the key?
But that's why I'm leaving, Mary. A body can't find anything in a crowd.
All right then, bye.
And you'll be here to see it. Stand and breathe it all the day. Stoop and feel it. Stop and hear it. Spring, I say.
What was that? It's the key! It's the key to the garden! I found the key to the garden! It was right here! But the door! Where's the door?
Mary, we haven't got time to play hide and seek. Mrs. Medlock wants us in the house now. Mary!
Will this rain never stop?
Archie, I'm so pleased. I finally located a suitable school for our young Mary.
A school?
She requires the company of other children, particularly after a tragedy such as this.
But she's practically just arrived, Neville. Does she want to leave?
This is no house for a child, brother. What would she have to do here? Wander the halls?
Because I do, you mean? What a wretched house this is. Father should have given Misselthwaite to you, Neville, not me.
You are the other brother, Archie. It would have never occurred to him. But if you continue to feel that you cannot live here, then leave. You were happy once before, in Paris, and you are still a young man. There is no reason.
I can't leave, Neville.
But what good does it do to sit by the boy's bed night after night hoping for a miracle?
They have been known to happen.
When Lily died, I gave up my practice to care for them.
You've been completely faithful, Neville. I am deeply grateful.
But I have not given up my responsibility to you, Archie. I cannot allow you to waste your life waiting for the inevitable end. I
am not wasting my life, Neville. This is my life now.
Beg pardon, sir. Send for young Mary?
Yes, child. Come in. Perhaps we can manage to have a moment before the storm carries us away. Take a chair.
Thank you, sir.
Are you well? Did they take good care of you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry it's been so long since we've last spoken. It's just I keep forgetting you. I intended to find you a school to go to or...
Oh, please don't send me away.
No, of course not. But perhaps you would enjoy a governess, considering you've had a chance to look around now and know that there's nothing for you to do. What do you say to that?
Please don't make me have a governess, sir. There's everything for me to do here. There's so many gardens to walk around in and so much to learn about them. Martha gave me a skipping rope and Dickon gave me some seeds and...
And here's a rose for you, Mary.
Yes, all right then.
Happy birthday, darling.
Play outside if you'd like. But is there anything you need? Would you like some toys or books or dolls, perhaps?
Might I...
Speak up, child.
Might I have a bit of earth, sir?
A bit of earth.
To plant seeds in, yes, sir. A garden.
Do you care so much about gardens, then?
I didn't know about them in India. I was always ill and tired, and it was too hot. But I sometimes played at making little flower beds, sticking things in the sand. But here I might have a real garden, if you would allow it, sir.
Are you quite sure there's nothing else?
Oh, no, sir.
All right, then. You may have your earth. Take as much earth as you want.
Thank you very much, sir.
You may leave, child.
It's much worse being back this time, Neville. The dreams are much more vivid. And I hear things in the halls.
It's the girl, Archie.
Do you mean Mary? But I never see her.
Because you can't see her. Because she reminds you of Lily.
You can't be serious.
I'll admit, I can see the resemblance myself. Although Lily's hair was more... You're very kind to take the girl in, Archie, but in your current condition, it's simply too much. If you allow her to live here, to grow up here, I have no doubt your dreams, to say the least, will get even worse.
But you can see the girl is lonely, Neville. Perhaps I should have more conversations with her.
I don't think that's wise, Archie.
A bit of earth.
Until you're ready to send her to a suitable school.
She wants a little bit of earth. She'll plant some seeds.
It is my professional advice that you continue to obey your natural instincts and avoid her.
The seeds will grow.
Archie.
The flowers bloom, but is their bounty what she needs?
Signature, please.
can she chance to love a little bit of earth? Does she not know? The earth is old and doesn't care if one small girl wants things to grow. She needs a friend. She needs a father, brother, sister, mother's arm. She needs to laugh. She needs to dance and learn to work her girlish charms. She needs a home. The only thing she really needs I cannot give. Instead she asks a bit of earth to make it live. She should have a pony gallop across the lawn. She should have a doll's house with 100 rooms per floor. Why can't she ask for a treasure? Something that money can buy, that won't die when I give her the world. She asks instead for some earth. A bit of earth. She wants a little bit of earth. She'll plant some seeds. The seeds will grow. The flowers bloom, their beauty just the thing she needs. She'll grow to love the tender roses, lilies fair, the iris tall. But then in fall, her bit of earth will freeze and kill them all. A bit of earth, a bit of earth, a bit of earth, a bit of strangely quiet, but now the storm simply rests to strike again. Standing waiting, I think of her. I think of graceless Mary. She leaves the room, yet remains. She lingers on. Something says me to think of her. I think of her.
From death she casts a spell. All night we hear sighs hope he'd never know. How can he see the girl and miss those hazel?
She has her eyes, the girl has Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that closed and left me all alone. Those eyes that feel will never ever let me go. How can I see this girl who has her hazel eyes? In Lily's eyes, a castle this house seemed to be, and I, the bravest knight, became my lady fair was she.
She has her eyes, she has my Lily's hazel eyes, those eyes that loved my brother, never me. Those eyes that never saw me, never knew I longed to hold her close, to let at last he lived. These eyes,
imagine me a lover.
I longed for the day she'd turn and see me standing there. Would God had let her stay? She has her eyes. She has my Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that saw me, those eyes that closed and left me. How can I now forget that time to be in love, alive and whole, in Lily's eyes, in Lily's eyes.
Someone is crying, just now I heard them. Someone in this house is crying. Why won't they tell me? I know they're lying. Someone here is lost or mad. I must try to find them, beg them stop so I can see. I heard someone crying. Who then could it be? Someone in this house whom no one seemed to see. Someone no one seemed to hear except for me. I heard someone crying. I heard someone crying.
Craven is my uncle. How do I know you're not a ghost? I'll pinch you if you like. That would show you how real I am. Who are you? I am Colin. Mr. Craven is my father. I see no one and no one sees me, including my father. I am going to die. How do you know? Because I hear everybody whispering about it. If I live, I maybe I'll punch that, but I shan't. Well, I've seen lots of dead people, and you don't look like any of them. Dead people? Where do you come from? From India. My parents died there of the cholera, but I don't know what happened to them after that. Maybe they burned them. I don't know. My mother died when I was born. That's why my father hates me. He hates the garden, too. What garden? Just a garden your mother liked. Have you always been in this bed? Sometimes. I've been taking place at the seaside, but I won't stay. People stare at me. And once, a grand doctor came from London. Told me to all this iron thing, not to crave me aware, and keep out the fresh air. But I hate the fresh air that won't be taken out. If you don't like people to see you, do you want me to go away? Yes. I want you to come back first thing tomorrow morning and tell me all about India. The books my father sent me. I've read that elephants can swim. Have you ever seen them swim? They seem altogether too large for swimmers, unless they use the ears.
Oh, I can't come back in the morning. Me and Dickon have to go outside and look for something.
Who's Dickon?
He's Martha's brother. He's my friend.
You go outside with that Dickon. Instead of coming here and talk to me, I'll send him away.
Oh no, you can't send Dickon away.
I can do whatever I want. If I'm to live, this entire place belongs to me someday, and they all know that.
You little Raja! If you send Dickon away, I'll never come into this room again.
I'll make you. They'll drag you in here.
Then I won't even look at you. I'll stare into the floor.
You are selfish.
You're more selfish than I ever was. You're the most selfish boy I ever saw.
I'm selfish because I'm dying.
You only tell people that to make them feel sorry for you. If you were a nice boy, it might be true, but you're too nasty to die.
No, please don't go. It's just the storm scared me. I went to sleep. I'm afraid I might not wake up.
Then close your eyes, and I will do what my ayah used to do for me in India. I'll pat your hand and I'll stroke it, and I'll sing something quite low.
I have such terrible dreams.
I have bad dreams too. Last night I dreamed about my father. Only he had this lump on his back, like your father. And then when he turned around, he was your father. Some nights I dream about your bed, comes in my room, I believe in you. There says, what we want to sit with a book. It says, but then I dream about your bed that takes me home on a ride across my moonlight. There says, where will always run across the hills till dawn. And some night I'm going to ask him, is there that sky black or blue? I know he answers in his mind, knows all that's good and true. It's no wonder you have bad dreams. The shadows in this room are so strange. And once I dreamed that the round shoulder netted my hand, and we walked towards secret garden. I heard my father speak my name as we sat in the front of a broken tree. And so night I thought we should have stood at the altar dancing. I know he answers in his mind, of all that's good and true. I'm sure he answers in his book of all that's good and true. Colin, I just realized we're cousins.
Maddie Lennox.
I was afraid of something like this.
No, I don't want to.
He must have his rest if she's been.
But I've never seen him before.
How can I hope to succeed with him if my orders are not followed?
I've told her to stay in her room, but she refuses to obey.
Get away from me! Don't touch me! No!
Out!
I only wanted him to stop crying.
What's that infernal wailing?
It's the servants, Rose.
Now you listen to me, Maddie Lennox.
Call him. It's quite bad.
10 hours of that last count.
You see what you've done.
I should have sent you away while there's still time.
You are never to see Colin again.
But why?
Exactly what this says. Let the sewage run in the streets.
The one rule you were given here, you have violated.
But how are we to get around with all the dead in freaking flames?
No! The servants, darling, there are millions of them.
Wish to speak to a doctor.
No!
But why didn't you tell me he was here?
I'm very bored out.
I was ordered not to. And I obey my orders because I want to keep my place here. And I advise you to do the same.
Mary? Where's Mary?
Do you understand?
Someone! Find her!
the stairways dark and still, and the spirits speak of secrets in the house upon the hill.
Archie, you must tell me what we're to do with Mary. She goes where she wants to go. She does what she wants to do. I cannot hope to succeed with Colin's treatment if she is allowed to sneak into his room and disturb him. You must send her away before she undoes everything we have tried to do here.
I can't send her away, Neville. She has no one on this earth but me. Can't you keep her outside? She likes the gardens, I believe.
What are you doing, Archie?
I'm leaving, Neville. You have things well in hand here.
Well in hand? Have you not heard a thing I've said?
And last night, I dreamt I walked through the maze to Lily's garden and saw Lily and Mary standing there. Mary, standing right there in Lily's garden. I turned away. I couldn't watch. I was afraid.
Why can't he say what he wants? Why must he speak in dreams? Why can't he say what he wants? To disappear it seems he should send his haunted girl far away. Leave the house and lands to me.
I watched them walk around the garden. She stood tall, grown strong and bold. Then they turned and asked my pardon. I couldn't speak, my heart broke.
Why can't he know what he wants? He wants the past undone. Why can't he see what he wants? His losing battles won to have never loved her, never known how complete a loss can be. If she could disappear and start again, and live like her, then he could be happy then. If she disappeared, he could be free, cut off from pain and loss. How is life be?
You can't marry this Archibald. He's like a little miserable cripple who hides himself away in that horrible house. You've said it yourself. He can't believe you love him, and neither can I.
No one is asking for your approval, Rose.
If you don't care what happens to you, think about your children. Do you want your children to be crippled as well?
I will marry him.
I can arrange what he wants. He's left it all to me. Now he can have what he wants. How fettered he will be. Set him free to wander through the world. Let him go his lonely way.
And then I long to join them. Know the peace they feel, their journey done. Then I must go without them. Still must wander on. And
Just to disappear is to be free. Cut off from pain.
I shan't be gone long. Perhaps just till the autumn.
And Mary?
I'll write her a note from Paris.
You wouldn't be sending her away, Archie. Just giving her the education she so deserves. I'm quite certain that Albert and Rose wouldn't want the girl growing up just wandering around.
Yes. Well then, perhaps you should let him do a few schools. Someplace she could learn to sing would be pleasant. I'll leave it all in your hands, Neville. Now I'll go look in on Colin and...
Just see that you don't wake him.
In 10 years have I ever awoken the boy?
I'll go gather the staff so you can say
Oh,
goodbye.
for God's sake, Neville! Just let me slip away! I'm sorry. Tell them whatever you always tell them. Husband, child, and wife, come sit around.
The old man was sad, standing green the days he would come his way. Peter
upon the
Now let's see. When we left off last night, the hideous dragon had carried the maid to his cave by moonlight. He gnashed his teeth and breathed his fire. The heath quaked, and we trembled in fear. I said, "Someone must save the sweet raven-haired maiden, though surely the cost will be dear." So we lads all drew lots, our insides had in knots, and I won, and the rest disappeared. So I picked up my staff and I followed the trail of this smoke to the mouth of the cave. And I bade him come out, yea forsooth I did shout, "Ye foul dragon, be gone, or behave." And then under my breath I uttered a charm, set to make the woods fiend become kind. Knaves and knights of dire plights, now diminish his sights. And it worked, and the dragon went blind. And he charged off the cliff, howling mad, and he died, and the maiden accepted my ring. And then you came along, and were brave, full, and strong, and thanks every night now I sing. Raise you to the top of the morning, come sit on my shoulders and ride. Run and hide, I'll come and find you. Climb hills to remind you, I love you, my boy, at my side. Now another foul dragon's appeared, I must leave you. He's scorching the land with his breath. From his lair this one taunts me, he dares me, he haunts me. Once again, we must fight to the death. Would to God I could stay and instead slay your dragon, this beast who sits hunched on your back. Would God I could wrench him away from your bed, or cut off or tear off his terrible head, or breathe out my fire on him till he was dead, or beg him to spare you and take me instead. As it is, I must leave you in care of my brother, the wizard who lives on the hill, who has promised his art will soon pierce to the heart of this dragon that's keeping you ill. And I know that your mother, God bless her, would want you to do as he says and grow strong. And you know that as soon as I can I'll return, so be brave, son. And know that I long to raise you to the top of the morning. Come sit on my shoulders and ride. Run and hide, I'll come and find you. Climb hills to remind you I love you. My boy at my side. Come along, fly away home. Come along, love, you've come a long way. You've flown all the day, go fly away home.
It's a maze that's gone and it's a maze on what could be no better stay.
Take a left and then turning left again, our soul may find a way.
Hey, oh. Hello there, Mary.
Hey, oh. Hello there.
Why are you in such a bad temper? Are you weary of looking for the key?
No, I found the key.
You did? I see. Are you weary of looking for the door?
I'm not weary, Dickon. I found the door too. The garden is dead.
No.
It is. It's all dead.
Now, a lot of things with books dead is just biding their time. So, do tell me exactly what you saw.
It's cold and grey. The earth is grey, and the trees are grey, and there's this sticky kind of haze over everything.
Like a body or in a dream.
It's the most forgotten place I've ever seen. With loose grey branches looped all around the trees, like ropes or snakes, and dead roots and leaves all tangled up on the ground. So still and cold.
But did you take a real close look at anything? Did you scrape away a bit of the bark and have a real look at anything? Mary, the strongest roses of fair thrive on being neglected. The soil is rich enough. They'll run all wild and spread and spread to their wandering.
You mean it might be alive? But how can we tell?
Oh, I can tell when a thing is wick.
Wick? I've heard Ben say wick.
When a thing is wick, it has a life about it. No, maybe not alive like you and me. But somewhere there's a single streak of green inside it. Come and let me show you what I mean. When a thing's wicked, it has a life about it. No, maybe not a light that you can see. But hiding down below are sparks asleep inside it, waiting for the right time to be seen. You clear away the dead parts so the tender buds can form, loosen up the earth and let the roots get warm. Let the roots get warm. But the things with it has a way of knowing when it's safe to grow again. When the sun and the water sweeten enough to feed it, it will climb up through the earth a pale new green. You clear away the dead parts so the tender buds can fall, loosen off the earth and let the roots get warm. Let the roots get warm. Oh, that garden needs frost to come wake it up.
But Dickon, what if we save the garden and then Uncle Archie takes it back? Or Colin wants it?
It's a miracle that would be. Getting a poor crippled boy up to see his mother's garden.
Give a living thing.
You give a living thing a little chance to grow. That's how you will know if she's wicked, she'll grow. So grow to greet the morning, free from ground below. When a thing is wicked, has a will to grow and grow.
Come a day, come a rain, come a stir and drop a coming up. Come a shut. You fool dragon, be gone or behave.
Stop looking at me. I hate you. You're horrible, ugly little haystack you call your hair.
Master Colin, please. Nurse is only trying to...
If she won't close her eyes when she's in my presence, then I will have her fired. Go away, go away, go away.
Master Colin, please. Nurse is only trying to bring you your supper.
Martha, what is going on in here?
Isn't anybody going to stop that boy?
She is not to go near her, Martha. Those are the doctor's direct orders.
What can I know, Mom? Colin likes Mary. Let her have a go at it.
Oh, Martha.
Colin Craven, you stop that screaming. Get away from me. I hate you. Everybody hates you. You would scream yourself to death in a minute, and I wish you would. Out of my house. I won't. You stop. I can't stop. I felt a lump in my back. I'm going to die. There is nothing the matter with your horrid back. I'm going to lump my back at my father and die. Martha, come here this minute and show me his back.
I can't, Mary. He won't let me.
Show how to love. Now feel it. There. Where? Right there. Colin, there's not a single lump there, except backbone lumps, and those are supposed to be there. See, I have them too. There's no lump. It's not there. No, it isn't. It's not there. You were just mad at me for not coming back when I said I would, weren't you? Maybe. You were, and you know it.
I'll leave you two alone, I think.
This is nice. I'm sorry I said all those things. I was saying Nick in a way. I was just so angry when you wanted to be with him instead of me. And then you didn't come back like you said you would. I was always coming back, Colin. I'm just as lonely as you are. I was just a little late, that's all. It just took longer than I thought, because... Because what? Will you promise not to tell if I tell you? I never had a secret before, so that wasn't going to grow up. I found your mother's garden. Do you mean a secret garden? I've dreamed of a secret garden. It's been locked up there, just like you've been locked up in here, for 10 years. Your father doesn't want anybody in it, but I found the key. And the other night, after Dr. Craven and Mrs. Medlock found us here together, I ran out into the storm and I found the door. And now Deacon and I are working on it every day, and you can come too. What does it look like? Well, right now, there's this tangle of vines all over everything, because nobody's been working on it. But Dickens says if we cut away all the dead wood, there'll be fountains of roses by summer. I never want to see anything I want to see that garden. Oh, you must see it. But they must never know where we are going. Well, Ben says Dr. Craven will send me away. No, Mary. Maybe William can push you outside in your wheelchair. And then, when nobody's looking, Dickon can push you through the maze to the garden. I can't go outside, Mary. It's like a chill if I go. I'll get from the west. No, you won't. You'll feel better. I can't, Mary. I'm afraid. I've been in bed for so long, and I don't want to die.
Just one black snake in this. Girl.
I'm afraid there's no one left. Sorry, miss.
I want to go out, Mary. I went to the garden. I said I can't get sick. I went to the garden. Really, I would. But I can't. All right, then. We'll just keep working on it until you're ready. And then, whenever that is, you just tell me and I'll get William to... You must come back tomorrow afternoon after you've been working. Have supper with me and tell me everything you've done. I'd like that. Good night, then. Good night, Mary.
There I'll keep you
to be sent back to the scullery for this sticking. I don't like the scullery. I don't know anyone who does.
At this hour.
But if it's so dark, how am I supposed to see where I'm going? And how am I supposed to see what it is once we get there?
I can't say. Perhaps it's only something meant to hear.
But all I can hear is your own self talking.
Well then, perhaps you'd best get still. It is Mary. And Martha too.
Hi, dear lad.
Martha, are you surprised to be outside of those nuts?
Now I am Master Colin, but just now you look so much like him other than the hot jump.
Martha, come look. It's her mother's garden. It is. It's a secret garden, and we're the only ones in the world who want it to be alive.
Right, Colin. We'll have you walking about and doing the same as the other folk before long.
But how can I? My legs are so weak, I'm afraid to.
There's a charm in this garden. And the longer you stay in it, the stronger it'll become.
Come spirit, come charm, come days that are warm, come magical spell, come help him get well.
Come spirit, come charm, come days that are warm, come magical spell, come help him get well.
Come spirit, come charm, come days that are warm, come magical spell, come help him get well.
Come charm, come days that are warm, come magical spell, come spirit, come charm, come days that are warm, come magical spell, come help him get well. Come spirit, come charm, come days that are warm, come magical spell, come help him get well. Come charm, spirit, come charm, come magical spell, come help him get well.
Oh, Colin is awake.
Bless you, child.
I think the spell is working in the house too. 2 nights ago, when it was bright moonlight, I woke up and felt something filling the room, making everything feel so splendid. And I pulled the drapes from Ella's picture, and there she was, her eyes looking right down at me, making me feel so proud, so strong, so tall. I shall live forever and ever. I shall find out thousands of things. I want to give thanks to something, to anything that will listen. I'm well.
Mary, child, do you see what you've done?
Who is that man? Go away! Colin, it's Ben Weatherstaff. He tends to the gardens. Weatherstaff, do you know who I am?
You're young Master Colin, the poor cripple, but Lord knows how you got her tear.
I'm not crippled.
Then what have you been doing? Hiding out and letting folk think you're a cripple and off-witted.
Half-witted! Come here. I want to talk to you. Don't you dare say a word about this.
You're my master, as long as I live, young master.
Did you know my mother?
That I did. I was her right hand, round the gardens. Even now, I'm only kept on because she liked me. She said to me once, Ben, if I'm ever ill or if I go away, you must take care of my roses. When she did go away, the orders was no one was to come in here. But I come anyway, until my back stopped me about 2 years ago.
I want to know how she died.
She was sitting right there, on that branch, and then it broke and that started laboring with you, only that ball had hurt her back. Still she clung on to life, till you were born, and then she put you in your father's arms and died.
Is that why he hates me?
I'm sure he doesn't hate you, lad.
He doesn't even know you. Wait till you find out you can stand. I don't want a word said about this. I don't want a word said about this to him until I can walk. Do you promise?
It's going to be a real full-time job keeping track of all the secrets around here.
It's a serious matter. Mary, take my hand. Dickon, Martha, you too, Ben. Do you swear that the charm is gone? Now, one of you will say a word about this until I'm completely well.
That I do.
Promise. Good then. So, what do you want to see first? I want to see the roses. Show me where the roses will be.
What a fine morning this has turned out to be.
Yes, Doctor.
I trust our headmistress will be quite impressed riding across the moor on Saturday. Perhaps she may even join me for a bit of tea. I dare say she might relish a bit of civilized conversation, living as she does in the company of spinsters and orphan girls.
I'm sure she would be quite flattered by your attention, sir.
Oh, yes, come in, madam. Do come in, please.
Good morning, Doctor.
And this is our housekeeper, Mrs. Medlock.
How do you do?
I trust you've had a pleasant journey.
Actually, not. I have always found scenery by itself quite tiresome.
Oh, dear. Well, you'll be quite relieved to find that here at our estate we have contrived to keep all of the scenery outdoors. Oh, dearie me. Please, won't you have a seat? Here we are. Now, I've completed all of the paperwork you've sent us, and I think you'll see my brother has included a contribution to your school's building fund. You didn't ask for it, of course, but as I'm telling my brother, I'm sure you're in the planning stages of something or other. Mrs. Medlock, will you see what's keeping Mary?
I'm right here, sir.
Ah, quite right. Here's our girl, Mary Lennox.
Good morning, Mary.
I don't want to go to a school.
Oh, but you do. A useless child never knows the word we say.
My Uncle Archibald said that...
Perhaps, if you were to tell her a little about the school, she would see she has no reason to be...
Certainly. And let me say from the start that you are not on trial here. The Board of Trustees has accepted your application.
Oh, well, this is fantastic news indeed.
I won't go! You can't make me!
Mary Lennox!
That's all right, Doctor. This is exactly the sort of behavior we are best equipped to handle.
My Uncle Archibald is the only one who says where I'm going to go, and he says I don't have to go to any stupid school.
She's just frightened, I'm sure. Children are quite often depressed after a tragedy such as she has experienced.
Of course. Perhaps you would enjoy seeing some photographs of the girls at their work. I brought several samples of the fine lace for which our girls...
I hate you! You're a horrible, ugly pig.
That's quite enough, young lady.
Your school is a filthy rat hole full of rats and dirty beds, and all anybody really does there is scrub floors. I hope you get hit by a lorry on the way home and your ugly head rolls off into a ditch and gets eaten by maggots. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you! And if I'm sent off with you, I'm going to bite your arm and you're going to die! Get out of here! Go away, go away, go away!
Well, we've had one or two cases of this severity.
Mary Lennox!
Doctor, what you have here is a medical problem.
I'm going outside.
You are going wherever I send you, young lady, and right this moment it's into that chair.
My Uncle Archibald said I didn't have to go to a school.
Oh, for God's sake, he doesn't care about you. All he wants is to never see you again. Why do you think he left without even saying goodbye to you?
Maybe he was in a hurry.
You drove him away. You remind him of his wife.
I look like my Aunt Lily?
Now it is my task to find a suitable school for you to go to so that my brother may return. The next school I will contact will send no representative. Your bags will be packed and you will leave Saturday week.
I can't leave now. Colin needs me.
The last thing the boy needs is you. One more month of trying to put up with you and we'll have to put him in hospital or worse.
No, you won't. He's much better.
You have no idea how ill. When Colin was born, the midwife did not expect him to live a week. But I have kept the boy alive for 10 years. Only now, thanks to you, he is in grave danger of relapse.
But you haven't seen him.
Do you want him in hospital? Do you want him to die?
To die?
Yes, to die. If Colin is too active at this stage in his recovery, if you push him to take his first steps too soon, before his heart is strong enough, he will not survive it. Do you understand, Mary? Colin's very life is in your hands. One moment he could be chatting away, and the next he would sink to the ground and die.
And die?
Yes. You have choices in your life, Mary. Colin, however, does not. And I will not see the boy in hospital for the rest of his life, or dead before his life even begins. You must go. And go you will. Now that is all I have to say to you. What are you still standing here for? Are you quite amused to learn of your power?
I didn't do anything. You locked him in his room.
You may go now.
I think you don't want Colin to get well at all. You want Colin to die so you can have this house.
You will leave Saturday week! There's nothing here that I want. How dare she make this claim? Isn't it clear what I want? To serve has been my aim. Still I have to wonder who I'd be if it all belonged to me. If they don't disappear, I could be free. I could be free, cut off from pain and loss. If they disappear, I could be free, cut off from pain and loss. At last I'd be.
Mary, you had nothing to do with your uncle's leaving. He liked you, I know he did. Didn't he tell you you could have a garden? Didn't he give you clothes and bring you books? Well, didn't he?
But Colin's going to die, and it's all my fault.
And what have you done for Colin except getting him going outside every day and getting him eating his food and getting him believing he can get strong again?
But you're not a doctor, Martha. Will you tell him I'm sorry? When I'm gone, I mean. Will you tell him I didn't mean to hurt him? I didn't want to go.
You're talking like you're already gone, Mary.
I am gone, Martha. I wish I were a ghost.
No ghost can do what you've done in this house, Mary. What you've got to do is finish what you have begun. I don't know just how, but it's not over till you're won. When you see the storm is coming, see the lightning part the skies, it's too late to run. There's terror in your eyes. What you do then is remember this old thing you heard me say. Is this storm not you? It's bound to blow away. Hold on to someone standing by. Hold on, don't even ask how long or why. Child, hold on to what you know is true. Hold on till you get boy, he'll send for you. Now, here's a pen, here's some paper. I sure do hope you know how to write, I hope, because I won't be much help to you in that department.
A little.
That's all right. You don't have much to say, do you?
D-D-A-R, Uncle Archie. How are you? I am fine. Everybody else is too. Please come home.
Home. I have no home.
Martha says that you're in Paris.
It's a house, child.
But very
Just a house.
do they have nice girls and boys
I
there?
can't seem to get far enough away from it.
Please come home.
Now just sign it.
Should I say that Colin's well now?
Streets of Paris like a maze.
Should I say that Dr. Craven?
Sleepless nights and aimless days.
I think that what you have is good. Let's get it posted on its way. You rush home, then you can tell him the rest you have to say.
Oh, kind sir,
Uncle
Archie, how I wish that you could
live.
when you come into the garden, please come home. Yours truly,
Well, maybe.
sincerely,
How's about?
your friend Mary.
Now I see you in the window of a carriage and a train. Still my mind cannot accept that in your frame you must remain. Now I hear your voice that turn and see a stranger's form and face. Must I wander on tormented place to place to place to place? Where can I go that you won't find me? Why get to find a place to hide? Why do you have to chase me, haunt me every step you're there beside me? Where in the world, tell me where in the world can I live without your love? Where on the earth, tell me where on the earth can I stay now that you are gone? Why did I have to meet you, love you? Why can't I rid you from my mind? Why did you have to want me? Won't you let me put my life behind me? How in the world, tell me how in the world can I live without your love? Why on the earth, tell me why on the earth should I stay now that you are gone? Now that you are. Lily? Is that you?
How could I know I would have to leave you? How could I know I would hurt you so? You, the one I was born to love. Oh, how could I ever know? How could I ever know? How can I say to go on without me? How when I know you still need me so? How can I say not to dream about me? How could I ever know? How could I ever know? Forgive me, can you forgive me and hold me in your heart?
I need is
there in the garden.
all I would ask
Is care for the child of our love. Come go with me safe and keep you.
where you would lead me. There I would. There we will go.
I knew they were looking better, but I had no...
We didn't want you to know. We were afraid you'll let us come to the garden if you did.
But how did you...
William carried me downstairs
But what have you eaten? You haven't touched the food we've sent to your rooms for weeks.
Martha sent us food. We ate in the garden. We had enough for 10 children.
You did you?
Oat cakes and roasted eggs and fresh milk cake.
It was all terribly confusing. After all of these years, too.
It was confusing, Neville. Why don't you take my flats in Paris and stay there as long as you like? And when you return, perhaps you will allow me to help you re-establish your practice. In town, if you like. So you can resume your life free of the enormous burden you have carried on our behalf.
Thank you, Archie.
And will you stay home with us now?
Oh, Colin. Colin, look at you.
It was Ben that kept the garden alive, Father, until we could get here.
I knew it was against orders, sir, but...
As I recall, Ben, it was Lily who ordered you to take care of the garden. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
And it was Dickon who...
Yes, I can imagine. Dickon, if there is ever anything...
What's to become of Aunt Mary?
Why, Mary. Masters of Crocus.
Here's your key, sir. You didn't bury it after all. I never would have found it if you had...
I had nearly forgotten you in all this.
It's hard to remember everybody, sir.
No, it isn't.
3 isn't very many people at all. I should be able to remember 3 people quite easily.
Would I be one of them?
Mary Lennox, for as long as you will have us, we are yours, Colin and I. And this is your home, and this, my lovely child, is your garden. Colin.